I'm joined now by Tong Xiaojun from Sydney. She's a consultant with the Save the Children program in China. So how would you describe the current orphan situation in China? Has it improved? Are there more orphans or less orphans than in years past?
Okay, there are a lot of questions you asked. First of all, I think the number of the orphans in China has kept decreased in recent years. You know, as you said, by the end of 2016, the total number of the orphans in the country is 460,000. But before that, you know, the first time for the country to have the stats of the orphans is in the year of 2005, and at that time is 570,000 orphans. But then here we need to I think the program talked about the orphans living in the institutions because the total number is 460,000, but in the orphanages run by the state or by the civil society, I think in total the number of the children in those institutions is about 100,000.
And we saw...
So that means, yes.
Well, we just saw the story about many disabled orphans. But what are some of the other situations that lead to children without families?
Yeah, you know, the reason why I'm talking about the institutions, the orphans in the institutions is that because all the children or the majority, overwhelming majority of the children in the institutions are disabled or seriously disabled children. And then that's why, or I think that's the key reason for those children to be, you know, abandoned by their family because of the medical welfare of the country is not so well, or not so good to cover all the costs the family needs to cure or to provide treatment for their children. And at the same time, those children with disabilities needs more skills and also time and energy and also money to take care of them. So the family, when they had no, or when they run out of those resources, then they probably, the only way for them, or very, very often they choose to abandon children, you know, to try to get them into the institutions.
How would you say China's orphan situation compares?
The key reason for them.
How would you say China's orphan situation compares to other countries?
You know, to my knowledge, like in U.S. or you know, Britain, all those developed countries, I mean, the country probably don't choose to have large-scale orphanages, but then in China, the situation is that, you know, there's no way for them to find families to take care of them. So very often they live in the large-scale orphanages, and then the staff or the working people there try their best to take care of them, but then the ratio of the staff and children very often is very high. So that means the care for the children probably is not so good. So compared to other countries, it depends on to what kind of country. To developed countries, I think China is not so good, and then people needs to find a way to do a better job. But then probably to compare to, you know, some underdeveloped countries, I think that China probably has done a better job to them, compared to them. So, but anyway, for the best interest of children, against the conditions or the background of China now, because China economically has very well developed, so the orphans, the care of the orphans, especially the care provided by the government, needs to make more efforts to do a better job.
All right.
For those orphans.
We'll have to leave it there. We appreciate your insight, Tong Xiaojun. Thank you for joining us.